The Windrush scandal is not over. It's far from being over.
So we have been talking about what is the best way to bring audiences new material, new narratives in a way that they would be particularly interested in.
The promise is totally different. When you say play, I found that it could bring education in the sense of participation, educating the general public, not just them sitting down watching something, but actually being a part of it, engage their feelings, engage their mindset, engage what persons that like us had to go through.
We spent a year working with the legal advocates, the law students, and also the activists from Windrush Lives who had been compensation clients themselves. There's so much information that the law students and the legal clinic were able to give us that the play felt really grounded in accuracy.
As part of our work for the Windrush Justice Clinic, I did some research where I compared the Windrush Compensation Scheme with a number of other redress schemes where the state is responsible for the harm. The Windrush Compensation Scheme should have funded legal representation. It's the only compensation scheme that does not. Our research found that it was one of the most complex schemes. Windrush Compensation Scheme had the highest refusal rate. Currently, that refusal rate is at 60%.
It's an interactive play where you get involved. It also shows you what the victims have to go through.
As an audience member, I found it at times frustrating. I felt sad for the main character, for Emmanuel.
It starts off with a young gentleman who loses his rights of his birth country. The interaction of helping him and assisting him to find the paperwork, to go to these different authorities, and the time period it takes for him to sort of like get his status regulated as a British citizen, even though he was born here.
People were really engaged, and you could really see once we got to the end just how impacted people were.
The thing with this play, it will make people understand what is actually happening to the victims of this whole scandal. I wanted people to sort of like feel what I felt as a victim and what my son felt as a victim. And I think that's what people are going to feel. They're going to feel it in there, and you will cry.
Audiences that are coming to see The Promise, I don't know if they know what they're in for. They're going to get a party, they're going to get community, they're going to get deep human drama. So we really hope that it's an experience that activates people on a theatrical level, but also, frankly, a level of political engagement.
There does need to be a public inquiry into the wider scandal.
It's still ongoing, and that's why we need people's attention on it now.
And if we can start to change that through a piece of theater that is active and exciting, then we are going to do it.